Why, hello there. So today I want to talk about Tsuyu, or rainy season in Japan. I personally come from a country that doesn't have a rainy season, and so rainy season has been a little bit difficult for me to get used to. And I think a lot of people who move to Japan are in the same boat, so I wanted to maybe help along your learning curve if you're like me and have difficulty with heat and humidity. So I'm going to share some things that have really helped me to deal with rainy season better. Rainy season in Kansai, where I live, goes from around early June to about mid July each year, and it's pretty much just summer heat but with really, really high humidity, and it rains almost every single day. Of course, in different areas in Japan, it starts and ends at different times, so please bear that in mind. Yeah, today I'm just going to talk about some things that I do during rainy season to make it a little bit more bearable for me. Let's get started. So let's start with the most obvious thing, and that is these two. So this is a fold-up fan, and this is a fold-up umbrella, obviously. And I cannot stress enough how much these have saved my life and really make a difference. I recommend always carrying both of them in your bag. So the fold-up umbrella, in the rainy season, it can rain without warning and very, very heavily. Like, this is not the type of light shower usually that you can walk through and get a little bit wet. This is you will get drenched from head to toe type of rain, and that can be pretty embarrassing if you're going somewhere, and also just generally not very pleasant. So having a little fold-up umbrella can really help out for times like those. If it's raining when you leave the house, or you know that there's heavier rain forecast, I do recommend taking a bigger type of umbrella. The little ones tend to be a little less sturdy and also just smaller, and sometimes the rainy season rain really does require a bigger umbrella, but the little one will at least help to keep you somewhat semi-dry. Yeah, first thing, a little fold-up umbrella, really amazing, wonderful investment. Small and light and easy to carry. Always in my bag during rainy season. The fold-up fan, I never thought that I would carry around a fold-up fan with me in my bag. Like, I just never thought that would happen. But here I am. I thought that before I knew about the humidity. And you cannot overstate the helpfulness of air circulation during humid heat. It really makes a huge, huge difference. So I just keep that with me to use when I'm sitting on the train or when I'm walking around or just anytime when I feel like I'm getting overheated and just need that little bit of extra air circulation. It makes more of a difference than I can describe. So yep, those two things are always in my bag. You can also buy both of them at 100 yen shops. So super cheap, super light, and super easy to carry. Always have them in my bag, and it's really helped me to deal better with rainy season and feel like at least slightly human during most of it. The next one is something else to carry in your bag, and that is a small face towel. You can buy these pretty much anywhere, but my favorites are, of course, the 100 yen shop ones. They're little microfiber face towels to put in your bag, and they're really useful for after rain, just in case your hair or something gets a little bit wet, you can use them to dry off. Also, it's really humid, so chances are you're going to sweat, and a lot of people use these to wipe their faces as well if they're sweaty. That might sound a bit gross, but it's really common here, and honestly, it's not a big deal. And the other thing about having a small towel with you is a lot of bathrooms in Japan, especially like even at workplaces, like for example my school bathrooms, the washrooms don't have towels, so you also use your face towel to dry your hands after you wash them. So yeah, small towel, super useful, another thing to carry around with you. The next thing is more case by case basis and really depends on your personal preference, but this is just something that I do. So a lot of people in Japan will sleep with AC on, and I personally find that that makes the humidity outside even harder to deal with once you get used to the dry, cool air inside. So I prefer to sleep with AC off, and this sort of acclimatizes my body a little bit to the heat and humidity, and it makes it less daunting and terrifying to go out into the big scary humid world. Also, it's a lot cheaper to not use AC. However, I do have like a automatic fan by my bed, and it has a timer and it has like different strength settings and things, and I found that really helps to keep me at least a bit cool during the night. For really hot nights, I also have little gel ice packs from Daiso that you can put in the freezer and they freeze, and then I sometimes sleep with those like in my hand or whatever, just to help cool down a bit. But yeah, I do find that if I use the AC too much, I end up getting used to the temperature and the dryness of of my apartment, and then going outside or going to work just seems like such a huge task that I really don't want to do. So yeah, personally, I found it easier to not use the air conditioning during the rainy season. This next one is really important. In the rainy season, it's easy to forget to drink as much water as usual because, well, it's raining and you don't feel as obviously dehydrated as you can in the drier parts of summer. However, heat exhaustion and heat stroke are still just as much of a risk during rainy season, if not more, because you tend to sweat more during the super humid part of summer, and so your body is losing more water. So please, 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 even if you don't feel super dehydrated, remember to drink water. You can also get the sports drinks in Japan, the ones with ISO or whatever the hell it's called, and those can help to hydrate your body faster. So please take care of yourself. Please remember to drink water, and yeah, don't be fooled by the rain. If you're prone to air pressure related headaches or other ill feelings, keep some medication on hand for yourself because in the rainy season the air pressure kind of goes haywire and a lot of people get really bad headaches. If you've ever been to New Zealand or if you're from New Zealand and you used to get a headache during nor'west winds, you will probably get headaches during rainy season like me. So keep some headache medication on hand for yourself. It's really common for people to get headaches, and don't feel like you're going crazy because you get a headache every day, and it's really normal, I promise. Another thing that air pressure can really mess with is moods. And I actually didn't know that this was such a common thing until my school nurse mentioned it to me the other day. She said that during rainy season, many students come to her crying. Many of them go through bouts of sadness or even depression during the rainy season. This happens to me, but I thought it was just my inability to cope with the humidity and heat and me just being grumpy. But apparently it's a very common phenomenon. So during the rainy season, there's not really much you can do about it, but just be aware that your moods might be a little bit different from normal and give yourself time, be patient with yourself. It's not only you, just take care of yourself and be patient with yourself. On that note, try to make the most of any fine days that you do get during rainy season. Oftentimes, after a really big storm, there'll be a less humid day to follow, and that can be really a lifesaver for you if you do experience air pressure based sadness. Also, on a more practical note, try to dry your washing when these days happen because it's a really rare occurrence that you can dry your washing outside during rainy season, and drying it inside does make your house more humid. So yeah, worth drying your washing and also trying to feel a little bit happy on the fine days that you do get. I think that's about it for this video. If you're someone like me who struggles with the rainy season, I really hope this was helpful to you, and please remember that many people do struggle with it and it's not just you. And be kind to yourself, you're doing great. Apart from that, if you have any more questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. I will do my best to answer them. And thank you for watching. Bye!